There are a lot of fairly well-researched warning signs that tend to be somewhat consistent across the lifespan and across different populations. If we see a change in mood, right, especially if somebody is seeming to become more depressed, whether they have a clinical diagnosis or not, but just, right, being sad. If somebody might be starting to self-medicate, right, either with legal or illegal substances, maybe starting to isolate and to draw into themselves more. Changes in communication, right, are often indicators that somebody might be struggling emotionally, right? If we hear people saying things that have a subtext of pain behind them, I can't take this anymore, nobody would miss me if I'm gone. In neither of those examples is death or suicide mentioned, but it could be that person's way of inviting help for thoughts. Sometimes people are engaging in behaviors or actions that might suggest they're struggling, right? And it could be reckless behavior, doing things that objectively, if we were to observe, we might think to ourselves, oh my goodness, like if that continues, that person might be in harm's way. I think for somebody experiencing thoughts of suicide, for the vast majority of individuals, suicide isn't about dying, it's about not knowing how to go on living at that moment in time or those moments in time. And so there's almost always this doubt or uncertainty, right? For many people, they might be thinking suicide's their only option, but even if it's not always consciously being aware, there's almost always sometimes a larger part of, but I don't want to die, I'm not a bad person, right? And it's that conflict that often makes itself known through those, what we call warning signs, right? And I truly believe the person who's in that place is doing the best that they know how to tell others around them that life hurts right now. And please help me to find an option other than acting on those thoughts.